Good morning. How
Good
are you,
morning.
Bridget? Could you please begin by telling us about your character? Describe your character of Arrietty.
My character, Arrietty, is a very adventurous, free-spirited girl who kind of has open eyes to the world, and she really wants to explore, and along the way she realizes that it can be kind of a dangerous place, and she makes friends, and she has to trust in people that are slightly different than her.
And what did you see in the role that made you want to perform Arrietty?
I saw the Japanese version first with English subtitles. I thought that there was a really beautiful story, and in addition to that, it was conveyed in such a beautiful way through the animation. So I loved seeing that, and I thought that it was just a wonderful part to have, and it's so different than normal opportunities. I really wanted to go for it.
When you saw the Japanese version, it was subtitled?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And I understand that your grandfather was a huge admirer of the novels, The Borrowers. What did he have to tell you about the story that perhaps helped with your character?
I think it was just the enthusiasm that he had for it that was kind of extra incentive for me. He had an attachment to them from childhood, and I thought that it was so cool that there's this story that has spanned generations and is now turning into an American film, and to be able to be a part of that and to tell such a unique and infamous story is really neat.
That's great. And how about the challenges of dubbing to lip movements that were originally Japanese?
Yeah, that was a bit of a challenge, but it was really fun. I think that Studio Ghibli is really good at that, and they had provided lines that fit in there rather well, and it just required some minor tweaks here and there. The exertion noises were a little more difficult, like the grunts and the breathing and that sort of stuff when she's like climbing up a wall or something, or she's running away from a bird. But I thought that was pretty fun. You have to get into it when you're doing that sort of stuff.
The director, Gary Rydstrom, of course, has won about 7 Oscars for sound design. Did he give you pointers for all of the vocals that you had to do for climbing and such?
I think the way to go about it is to watch it and become familiar with it, and then to really just try and go for it. And I think that they were good with, giving me whatever resources I needed to do that, and they were just very supportive with that. And once you get in the flow of it, it's not too bad.
Cool. And how many days of work did you have to do on this? Because it was pretty. 3 days.
3.
Okay.
Count them.
Wow.
Yeah.
What are some of Arrietty's biggest challenges?
I think, being so small and being in a world that isn't exactly catered to her, she has to overcome a lot of those obstacles just in terms of day-to-day things like getting food when she has to run away from a giant rodent or a giant bird or a cat that's after her. And, the fear of discovery. I feel like that's it's a difficult thing to live with, always being afraid that your existence is going to become known. I think she is kind of rebelling against that because she wants to be able to be free to live how she wants to live.
Well, when she finally meets Sean, what's her motivation for actually subjecting herself to the possibility of being discovered?
Well, she is discovered by him unintentionally when she's out burrowing with her dad. He spots her, and so she's kind of in this vulnerable position of what he's going to do with the knowledge of her existence, and he's actually very gentle with it, and so she becomes able to trust him through that. And I think that because of that trust, they're able to find a really cool friendship.
It shows in the film. It's wonderful. And what message do you hope kids will take away from watching this film?
I think there are a couple of messages. One of them being, accepting people that are different from you and being able to form those really great friendships and be able to rely on one another. The importance of family is another thing. They were really able to be there for one another as a family. And also, I think it's neat to be able to step outside of your perspective and just see the world as magnificent as it is.